What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another Warzone mobile related video. So today we are going to be talking about the official release date. So yes, I did make a previous video a few days ago talking about when the release date might possibly come out and basically just all the news pertaining to Warzone mobile. But now we are actually going to talk about the release date and also, I guess, what to expect. So after about almost 2 years of waiting for this game to officially release to the public, we are finally going to have this game in our hands by March 21st, 2024. I did say in the previous video that the GIF that they had was actually something that they were trying to fool us with. Maybe they were just going to wait until they officially announced the release date, which they of course did right now. But also, yeah, I didn't really think much of the GIF, but I was actually wrong because someone did figure it out, and it turned out that the date was actually March 21st. Of course, the way that it was displayed was a little bit different than what we're, I guess, normally used to. So normally when we put a date, we're used to putting the month first and the day second, and then finally the year. So this is something that I'm sure a lot of you guys are used to writing down when you're doing homework or if you're signing something and you have to put the date. But the way that they actually did this was that they put the month in the middle, the day on the left, and of course the year remains where it usually is. So I'm assuming this confused a lot of people because we're just so used to putting the date in a certain way. Because trust me, if they did it the normal way, we probably would have figured it out immediately. But unfortunately, they knew we were stupid enough to not get it right away, and yeah, we ended up figuring it out a little bit later. That's why you saw predictions such as March 10th, or even just people sticking with April 30th, because they probably thought nothing of this GIF, but no, the answer was actually within it, you just had to figure it out in a different way. So now that we got the release date out of the way, it's officially coming out on the 21st. I'm very excited because I am actually going to have some time to play the game before I head off into basic training. So I could try to grind the game as much as I can, and I'll try to stream every day before the game comes out, as well as when the game does come out. Because obviously I just want to have a lot of time with you guys before I head off for a very long time. I did stream yesterday. I did buy this new Wi-Fi adapter because I guess the one that's built into my PC was always kind of just messing up to the point where it just disconnects in the middle of a stream. So that's why sometimes my streams end very abruptly. I try to stream as much as I can before it gives out. But now that I got this new adapter, I was actually able to stream for 3 hours without any interruptions like that. So it wasn't really a Wi-Fi issue. It was more of a PC issue, I guess. So now that the issue has been resolved, I could actually stream a little bit more efficiently. So now what can we actually expect from Warzone Mobile? So I know a lot of people are concerned because they don't really believe that the game is really optimized even at this point for a full release. And I kind of understand where they're coming from because when a game first comes out, you would expect it to be pretty polished. Like you would want to at least make a good first impression for any new players that may come to the game. But if it's just all buggy and broken, a lot of people are just going to turn away because to them it seems or feels unplayable. And with a game that a lot of people have been waiting for a long time, it's kind of expected. And look, COD Mobile wasn't any better. I mean, most games that are released nowadays usually have a lot of bugs, and of course they do squash at least most of them for the most part. And by the time, like, maybe a few months in, a few weeks in, the games is now fully optimized for everyone, where people are not going to run into that many issues. However, they also did say that they were going to make one last major optimization update before the game came out. Obviously, this is something that's, I would say, very normal. Most games that come out, even if it's like a non-multiplayer game, or if it's at least non-multiplayer focused game, they usually have that day one patch, you know, that one thing that kind of fleshes out all the major bugs. I think Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated had that, and I think even Modern Warfare 3 had it. Like most of the games nowadays have something like that before it comes out. And look, the way that the game is going, it looks almost near perfect, of course. There are some graphical things that do need to be released. And the reason why the graphics quality that you see from like YouTube videos hasn't changed is because there are other graphics options that haven't really been shown to us. Apparently there's like this max one. I think there's something above that one as well, but I'm not sure if there are going to be devices today that support that. Maybe they just have that option there for, you know, devices for the future. I'm not really that sure. So for now, we really don't know how the game looks like at its absolute best. I'm sure for devices such as like M2 iPads or, you know, higher end Samsung devices or anything that's Android related might have this setting in the future, but as of right now, we don't really know how well it's going to look like. However, like at least for the controller players, from what I've seen, the support does look pretty good. As for input lag, I'm not really sure if it's gonna have that. Of course, I switched back to the Xbox controller, so I'm gonna be using that when the game does come out. So hopefully everything does get smoothed out before the official release happens, and there's no input issues like this game sometimes has. But yeah. As it goes for cross progression, I'm not really that sure because like the last Call of Duty game that I played, at least when it comes to the mainline ones, was Modern Warfare 2. I did make some progress. I got platinum on some assault rifles as well as getting gold on I think most, if not all of the SMGs. But I'm not sure whether or not that progress is going to be kept or at least moved forward to Warzone Mobile because they did say that they stopped cross progression for Modern Warfare 2. So I don't really know how that's going to work. I think they probably mean that perhaps if you try to play Modern Warfare 2 today, it won't carry over, but if you've had any progress before, it will still carry over. I'm not really too sure about that, so there is a slight chance I might have to start fresh. Also, other things worth mentioning is that I'm not really sure how strong skill-based matchmaking is going to be in this game, and I'm not even sure if there's going to be bots at all. We might completely go against real players. There might not be any restrictions between what players are using, so there might be a chance that controller players are going to be connected alongside touch players. So it's really up in the air how things are going to be handled matchmaking wise. And if they are going to have bots, are they going to be able to count towards camo progression, which is another thing, because when I did play Modern Warfare 2, they did have bots in Ground War, but whenever you try to kill one, it wouldn't actually count towards your camo challenges. Or at least I think it did, but not when you were trying to get gold or trying to get platinum or even polyatomic. But maybe if they do have bots, they might count it because, again, if they do split the player base up, then I think it's going to be pretty much impossible for anyone that's not playing touch to even get Orion or Interstellar. If not, it might take just a longer time to actually get the camo. However, I could picture a scenario where maybe there won't be skill-based matchmaking, and if they do have the bots, they might up the difficulty depending on how good you are. You know, there is a chance for that, and also, if they do count towards your camo challenges, a lot of players from Modern Warfare 3 that are still working on Interstellar or any other camo grind might actually turn to this game since it might be a little bit easier for them to grind without having to deal with skill-based matchmaking. But as far as it goes, I think that's really my primary concern for the game. I feel like I might not be able to grind out the guns the way that I should be able to. So my only two hopes is that whether or not, like, yeah, there could be a mix of bots and just players, but if we could just all play together in unison without having to be split up, maybe it will be a lot easier. And I don't mind having skill-based so long as I can at least get it done. However, getting both camo challenges done within a span of 46 days, I actually calculated how much I could actually play before I leave. I don't know if I could get all of it done, but I'm sure I could probably get Orion or Interstellar. But I know a lot of you guys wanted me to get Interstellar first. And I think that's probably for the best, given the fact that Interstellar might be a bit of an easier task to do because the Modern Warfare 2 challenges were a little bit more strict. You know, with Platinum, you had to get 25 long shots for every gun, which can take a very long time unless you're like in shoot house or something. And again, with skill-based matchmaking being another factor, it might take even longer. But with Modern Warfare 3 challenges, all the forged camo challenges are a lot different. You know, every gun has its own separate type of challenge. And keep in mind, guys, since there are more weapons that have released after Modern Warfare 2 came out, you know, stuff like assault rifles or shotguns, keep in mind, you do not have to do the launchers. So, like, given that we have more weapons now, all you have to do is just make it to the amount that it asks you to do, such as, you know, getting 36 guns, you know, polyatomic or something. Yeah, you're going to be able to skip the launchers. You don't have to do those this time around. Hopefully not. As it goes for the future of COD Mobile, of course, I still will be able to play Season 3 and maybe a little bit of Season 4. Hopefully I could get Diamond Camo on whatever gun comes out that season before I leave. So yes, I could probably get that done as well. It just depends on how long it's actually going to take for, the Season 4 update to release. So yeah, I have a pretty busy schedule when it comes to YouTube before I go, and it's going to be very interesting. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe for some more COD Mobile content and Warzone Mobile content, and I'll see you guys next time.